What's up, everybody? I'm back, and today I thought it would be cool to take the political compass test. This isn't a particularly new thing to do, but I thought it would be a fun activity to do. So, before taking the test, it says, please note that this isn't a survey. These aren't questions. They're prepositions. To question the logic of the individual ones that irritate you is to miss the point. Some prepositions are extreme and some are moderate. That's how we can show you whether you lean towards extremism or moderation on the compass. Your responses should not be overthought. Some of them are intentionally vague. Their purpose is to trigger reactions in the mind, measuring feelings and prejudice rather than detailed opinions on policy. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. Question 1. Oh, I have my second laptop in front of me currently. I will be using this to answer my questions. Alright, question 1. If economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations. Now, disclaimer, this is going to be a fairly long video because there are a fair amount of questions. Now, for this question, I would have to go with that the money should serve the corporations, because if it served the people, the corporations wouldn't be able to keep up, and we wouldn't have a lot of things on the shelves, and we would be able to buy things and provide jobs for people. So, I would have to disagree. Now, I'm not going to strongly disagree or strongly agree. I'm just going to either disagree or agree, because I just couldn't care less. Question 2. I would always support my country, whether it was right or wrong. I would have to disagree. I would never support my country if we sent troops across the world, let's say to Russia, and take out a bunch of people that weren't even doing anything in the first place. They were a threat to the nation. If you're just killing people, no, I would not support that. I would have to disagree. Next question. No one chooses their country of birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it. No, it's not foolish to be proud of the country that you live in. It's true, though, that you don't get to choose, but it's your choice. So, I'm going to disagree with that too. Next question. Our race has many superior qualities compared to other races. I would have to disagree, because that statement there is racist. Next question. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. I'd have to agree with that, actually. That's true. Click agree. Come on. Alright, well, whatever. My laptop just froze. That's great, guys. Alright, guys, my computer woke up. Next question. Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. No, it's not justified, because it defies the international law. So, it's not justified. Disagree. Next question. There is now a worrying fusion of of information and entertainment. Now, because there's a difference. You can't fuse those together. I mean, you can by making a documentary. That's entertainment and information combined. But there's not a worrying fusion. Like, it's not everything's informational. So I would have to disagree with that. There. Next page, please. See how long this takes to load. Alright, that was fast. Alright, next question. People are ultimately divided more by class than by nationality. Well, I'd have to agree with that, but in today's age, it's quite the opposite. And or both. So, I would have to agree with that, actually. Because it's both right now, with all this woke bull crap and there and with the class division. I remember AOC, she was going to this party that said, and her dress had the words "let them eat cake" on it or whatever. And that's pretty hypocritical because she's rich too. And fun fact, Marie Antoinette never actually said "let them eat cake." Okay, next question. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. Y'all are gonna hate me for this, but I would have to agree with that. Because inflation, in case you didn't know what that does, is devalues our money. Let's say you had $10,000 saved in your bank account. And what inflation does is this. If you had $10,000, things would probably become more expensive. So that $10,000 you have saved is now less than what it was, let's say, 10 years ago. So if I can't afford to fucking buy stuff, how are we going... If we can't afford to buy anything, how are we going to get jobs? How are we going to do unemployment second? So I would have to agree with that. Okay, let's see. Next question. Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulation. So here's my philosophy. I believe that the Earth will kill us, or we will kill ourselves before the Earth dies. The Earth is capable of healing itself, so we really don't have to worry. All we have to worry about is creating a safe environment for us to live. We cannot kill the Earth. We are not capable of killing the Earth. The Earth is capable of killing us, and we are capable of killing ourselves. We're already doing it today, but people are getting confused with the fact that, oh, we're killing the Earth. No, we are killing ourselves. So, I don't think businesses should have regulations, especially private ones, okay? So, I'm going to have to disagree. Next question. This is quoted. From each according to his ability, to each according to his need, is a fundamentally good idea. I think it's a good idea. Alright, next question. The freer the market, the freer the people. That is true on every level. Agree. But we are heading towards a not free market, sadly, in today's day and age. Next question. Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. Actually, I think it should. I mean, why not? So, I'm going to have to agree with that. I'm going to have to disagree with that. I mean, we've been doing it for so long, it hasn't been hurting the planet. Okay, next question. It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society. I mean, Nancy Pelosi um, invests in the market. She doesn't need to. And she's not really contributing anything to society anyway. So, and she already has enough money anyway. So, I would have to agree. Protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. Protectionism? Okay, some of these I'm not going to have a good answer because I don't understand all of these completely. I'm not an expert. But protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. That doesn't even sound right to me. I don't know. I'm going to have to disagree. The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver the profit to its shareholders. I'm going to have to disagree because I don't think that should be the only responsibility. Next question. The rich are too highly taxed. No, the rich are too lowly taxed. Disagree. Those with the ability to pay should have the access to a higher standard of medical care. I agree with that. Governments should penalize businesses that mislead the public. No, I don't think that should happen. Government should not be able to penalize any business. The people are capable of penalizing a business they don't like by just boycotting it. They don't have to shop there. They get less profit. That's all that needs to happen. The government does not ever need to step into anyone's business. So, yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with that. Thank you very much. A genuine free market. Okay, next question. A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationalists to create monopolies. I don't really understand this, but this doesn't sound right to me. I mean, you're creating a monopoly. Predator multinationals to create monopolies. That doesn't sound remotely on the good side to me. Next page. Let's see how long this takes to load. Okay, that was quick. I've just booted up my old laptop today, and I haven't touched it in, let's say, over a year, so I even had to plug it in. What? I already answered these questions. The fuck? Next page. Why is it doing this? Page 2 of 6. Oh, I forgot to answer a question. Okay. This question says, it's a sad reflection on our society that sometimes a basic as drinking water is now a bottled, branded consumer product. No, it's not sad. It's not sad. Okay? I'm gonna have to disagree. Okay. Maybe it'll take me to the next page now. Okay, page 3 of 6. Here we go. Let's see. Let me turn up the screen brightness a little. There we go. Abortion, when the woman's life is not threatened, should always be illegal. I don't really want to get into this topic because I don't really want to get into this topic this much because I have certain stances on abortion, but I don't really I could go on and on and on about abortion. So I'm just going to keep it straight. It should not be illegal because on certain standards it should not be illegal. If the fetus is like barely sentient, like I don't know if I don't know, like I don't know, 3 weeks old or 4 weeks old, I think that's the limit to get an abortion. If your baby is like 7 to 8 months, then you need to keep that baby. And if you don't want the baby, then put him up for adoption. Okay. I'm gonna have to. I don't think it should be illegal. So I'm gonna disagree. Next question. All authority should be questioned. Agree. Agree with that. You better agree with that too. Okay. I didn't mean that, but if only a fool thinks that the government is out to help us. There is a old saying, the scariest words a person can tell you is, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Think about those words today. They might help you in the future. Next question. Whoa. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. No. No. 1,000 times no. Two wrongs do not make a right. Okay? Just because you hurt someone doesn't mean you have the right to hurt the same person. That's not justice. Vengeance is not justice. Okay? I have to disagree with that completely. Taxpayers should be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. Okay. Here's my stance on taxes. And I know this is heard a billion times, but taxation is theft, okay? And people might tell you, oh, but it's going to the road. It's going to the roads and important stuff like museums and theaters. And what if I don't want my money going to that? Ever thought of that? What if I don't want my money going to that? I want my money going to me. And to me, myself, and I, and to any charities that I feel I want to donate to. Okay? Companies, separate construction companies should be responsible for constructing roads with permission of the city government. Okay? Okay? That's my stance. Alright. Anyway, let's see. And if the city government can't keep, if that theater or museum cannot survive on a commercial basis, then you're SOL, okay? Sorry, out of luck. So I'm gonna have to disagree with that. Schools, okay, next question. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. I agree with that. You know, I mean, I'm not really going to get into it, but that's just my stance. Next question. All people have their rights, but it's better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind. That sounds a little iffy to me. Keep to their own kind sounds a little iffy to me. I'm going to have to disagree with that. Because that can be read across on a sexist and racist level and on all different types of levels. Next question. Good parents sometimes have to spank their children. No, violence is never the answer, especially to your children. Disagree. You should never hit your child. It's natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents. I mean, what kid doesn't have secrets from their parents that they don't want them to know? I'm going to have to, it's not natural. I'm going to have to disagree with the natural part of it, but I agree that people like me, people like you, have secrets our parents don't want us to know. Possessing marijuana. Okay, next question. Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense. I mean, if you make something illegal, it's gonna become dangerous. I mean, just um, there's a term. I think it goes. I think it goes underground, where like it becomes more dangerous because you have to keep it secret and you can't let people know. So, I think I think people should be allowed to have marijuana. Okay, they should have whatever product they choose to have. If it gets them high, it's and if it gets them into legal trouble, it's their fault. Okay, it's on them. The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generations to find jobs. This question, I mean, I agree with that. I agree with that, actually. They should prepare us for school, not teach us bullcrap information. I mean, prepare us for life. That's what I meant. Next question. People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce. You can't really say that. I mean, you can, but it's it's not your decision, mate. It's not your decision. So I'm going to have to disagree. The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline. I think that's one of the important things. I don't think it's the most important thing, but I'm going to agree. I'm going to agree with that. Okay? Actually, no, I'm going to disagree with that. Okay, next question. There are no savage and civilized peoples. There are only different cultures. That's true. Okay, there's no savages and there are no savages and civilized people. There are only different cultures. I think there are civilized people, but there's no savages. Go out into a unnamed island somewhere. There you will find savages. In fact, there's an island that it's illegal to go to. It's because there's a tribe there that will hunt and kill you and eat you. Okay, next question. Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society's support. Oh, whoa. Okay, hold on. There's a lot to unpack here, guys. Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society's support. I mean, it's that person's responsibility to find a job and a living. I don't think it's our job to support them. Like I said before, I want my money going to me, myself, and I, and other charities. So, I agree with that. I mean, if you can't find if you don't want to find a job, you shouldn't expect people to give money to you, especially the government. Plus, it's not like you're gonna have a good life living off the government money anyway. Okay, next question. When you are troubled, it's better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things. No, no. You should try to solve that problem and not procrastinate. Okay, anyway, next question. First generation immigrants can never be fully integrated within their new country. I'm gonna have to disagree with that. Okay? I'm not, like, I don't have a strong stance on immigration. I just think that if you're gonna come here, you better come here legally and go through the process just to be careful and just to be sure. Okay. Next question. What's good for most successful corporations is always ultimately good for us all. That's not necessarily true. I'm gonna have to disagree with that. Because if you're saying that, I don't know, if your corporation is doing some really evil things, and it's good for the corporation because it brings them a lot of profit, I don't think it's good for those good for the victims of those evil things. Okay, I'm gonna have to disagree. Okay, next question. No broadcasting institution, however, No broadcasting institution, however, independent its content, should receive public funding. I don't understand that question. I'm just going to disagree. Because public funding to me sounds like giving my taxpayer money away. Page 4 of 6, and how you see the wider society. Okay, next question. Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism. No, our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of social justice. Social justice, guys. I'm going to have to disagree. A significant advantage of a one-party state is that it avoids all arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system. I don't have a huge stance on this, but I don't think we should have a one-party system. I mean, the Communist Party was a one-party system, so I'm going to have to disagree with that. Thank you very much. We have a two-party system, and it works just fine. Although the electronic age... Okay, next question. Although the electronic age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried. Agree. Yeah. Agreed. Next question. The death penalty should be an option for the most serious crimes. Nobody deserves to die. Okay? Okay, so I have a huge stance on this. I don't want to go too long into this, but let's say that you killed 10 people, right? Even if you killed 10 people, two wrongs don't make a right. I've said this before. Okay? Two wrongs don't make a right. Especially the justice system killing the person that killed 10 people. I know it sounds fair, but it's not. Okay? It's not fair. It might be fair. It might be less than fair to just kill the guy that killed 10 people. But no one deserves death. Okay? I would give them life in prison, but nobody deserves death. Especially from the justice system. Okay? Putting someone on the death penalty doesn't sound like a justice system thing to me. Okay? Sounds like a fairness and vengeance system to me. Two wrongs don't make a right. No one deserves to die. Next question. In a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded. No, we're all equal here. Disagree. No. Abstract art okay, next question. Abstract art that doesn't represent anything shouldn't be considered art at all. Okay, that's a very subjective view. Art is subjective. So I'm going to have to disagree with that. You could say this video is art itself. I am art. You are art. We are art. Okay? My opinion is not wrong, because there are no wrong or right opinions. And there are no right or wrong subjective views. Okay, next question. In criminal justice, punishment should be more important than rehabilitation. No, rehabilitation is more important, because you want that criminal to learn from their mistakes. So I'm going to have to disagree. It is a waste of time to try and rehabilitate some criminals. No. It's not a waste of time. It's not a waste of time. If they have some mental issue that caused them to go on this killing rampage, that you need to help them. They need serious help, not punishment. That's not going to help them. It's not going to help them. It's not going to help. The next question. The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and artist. I have to agree with that, okay? But, again, that's a subjective view, okay? you can't say one is more important than the other. Okay? I think I think if both make money, that's just fine. But yeah, that's a subjective view. If either of them is making money, then they're equal. They're not more important than the other because it depends on people's views. Next question. Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers. That is not true, and that is a very sexist view. Okay? Women and men do not have certain roles. Okay? Especially today. They may have back then, but that's not how people should live their lives. Okay? Alright? Your first concern should be to make a living for yourself. And it's your choice to be a homemaker. So, there you go. Mothers may... Okay, yeah. Disagree. And men can be homemakers too. Okay? You can be gay and have a daughter or a son. You can be lesbian, this and that, and have a family. So, it's not just women that have the responsibility of being homemakers. Okay, next question. Multinational companies are unethically exploiting the plant genetic resources of developing countries. Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity. Yeah, I'll agree with that. Okay, we're almost done, people. Page 5 out of 6. This is a half an hour video, more than that. Alright, let's try and get this done. Next question. Astrology accurately explains many things. Yeah. It explains many things, but not all things. Okay, next question. You cannot be moral without being religious. No, you can be moral without being religious. Let's go. Okay, I had to make sure my thing was still running. Next question. Charity is better than Social Security as the means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged. Yeah, I'll agree with that, actually. I'll agree with that. Social Security is basically this. I worked hard for my life, so I deserve money from the government. That's basically what you're saying when you say you like Social Security and you want Social Security, okay? Like I said before, you can't expect to have a great life just depending on the money from the government. Okay. Some people are naturally unlucky. That is completely untrue. I am lucky. Okay? That is completely untrue. Okay, next question. It is important that my child's school instills religious values. No, that's not important. That's not important. Okay? That's not the most important thing. Because if you want to go to, like, school where there's religion in it, then go to oh, my computer froze, guys. Go to a Catholic school or crap like that. Okay? I'll be back. Alright, I'm back, guys. My laptop froze again. Okay, page 6 of 6. Finally, look at sex. Sex outside marriage is usually immoral. No, that's just a religious view. Disagree. Next question. A same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should not be excluded from the possibility of child adoption. I agree. Two gay people can adopt a child. A single person can adopt a child too. Next question. Pornography depicting consenting adults should be legal for adult population. Yes, it should. And again, it's it's a movie. If you want to have two acting adults not consent, it's a movie. At the end of the day, it should be legal whether or not they're consenting. So it doesn't matter either way. Okay, next question. What goes on in a private bedroom between consenting adults is no business of the state. Yes. 1,000 times yes. Okay, I'm not gay, but back then the government was all like, "Oh, everybody's gonna get AIDS," and everyone was like, "Oh, you're gonna get AIDS." That's none of your business whether that person's gay or not. So it doesn't matter either way if you're straight. It's none of the government's business anyway. The government shouldn't have its business in your personal life or in your life as it is. Next question. No one can feel naturally homosexual. So, no one can feel naturally homosexual? I mean, you can feel homosexual, but I can't say you feel naturally homosexual. I mean, I mean, a, a, a man's natural instinct is to do it with a woman, okay? But I think now more and more people are trying to be different. I'm not saying it's wrong, okay? I'm just saying that I'm going to have to agree with this statement, basically, is what I'm saying. Next question. These days, openness about sex has gone too far. No. Because it all boils down to what gender you were born as. So, yeah. Okay. Now, let's see where I stand. Loading. Okay. Alright. Still loading, guys. Alright, guys. Computer's back. Let's see. Now. Blah, blah, blah. I want to see where I am, please. And my computer froze. There's a bunch of reading to do before you can even... Alright. So... I'm more on the right side, apparently. Let's see if I can turn my laptop around. Oh, there we go, guys. I don't know if you can read this, but right here on this side is the right, on the bottom, and down is liberal, up here is authoritarian. So I'm on the purple side. It's mirrored, guys, so I'm on the right side a little bit. I'm near the middle, which explains why I don't really give a crap about politics in the first place. So, let's read. There's nothing else to read here. I thought it would describe my views, but apparently not. Alright, well, that was the political compass test. I hope you learned a little bit about our society and where it's heading and stuff like this. So, yeah, that's it, guys. Economic left-right 0.75%. Social libertarian / authoritarianism is negative 2.05. So, yeah, hope you guys learned something. This was fun. I've done this a long time ago, but I've gotten a different point. I used to be a screaming liberal back then. And it's cool now that I've experienced this pandemic, that I've changed my views, and it feels good to know that I'm not like how I was back then, so blind. So yeah, see you on the flippity flip.